Yes, indeed, what's happening? Yeah, it's a serious Saturday. And it's a serious from the star system Saturday as well. Because, baby, do I have a message for my people, my peoples? Well, yeah, I would say, I guess it's my peoples, some of y'all, you know. But then again, we must always remember that there are adversaries that do not want you to tell the truth, do not want to be confronted with their own truth. And I want to speak about spirituality this morning, right? I want to talk about that for just a second. Because there are some of us who have grown spiritually, right? Gotten into certain spiritual things, have learned certain spiritual techniques that has gotten us some form of success. And then we tend to think, because in our ego, we tend to believe that because some of us who are still spiritual people, still, right? You're a walking spirit, so there's no way you can't be spiritual. You're still a spirit, whether you are negative, whatever you are, you're still a damn spirit. So let me say this. To you all that have grown so spiritually intact, you know, have y'all ever heard the phrase, don't be so spiritually sound to you earthly dumb, right? And I gotta say that because people who delve into spirituality 24/7, which is good, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But the reality is, there are things we can learn from other people's mistakes, right? And there are some of us who put content out. We point things out that other people in the media, celebrities, which are spirits too, right? Whom deserve just as much, they deserve as much grace and mercy as anybody. And to y'all who think that because we talk about these things, that's not spirituality. Actually, it is. Let me correct you. It actually is, right? This little piece right here. Piece of lint on my head, y'all. Sorry. Perfectionist. Sorry about that. But let me get back to it. Actually, talking about these things, these missteps that some of the celebrities make, is actually spirituality. Take, for instance, we just talked about Big Glow, right? Now, Glow's real name is Gloria Hallelujah, right? This is her name. Now, she was just recently carried off to jail for having possession of weed and some other substances, right? In her house. Unfortunately, she was robbed before she got arrested. She was robbed first. So maybe somebody set her up, allegedly. I don't know the business. But maybe somebody set her up allegedly. Right? So anyway, back to her name. Her name is Gloria Hallelujah. Now, if anybody know in church, you grew up in church, you know the Bible, right? You know scriptures. You know, in church, we used to say that. There's a song called Gloria Hallelujah. Glory Hallelujah, right? All of us used to sing this song. I know I did. Sitting right next to my grandmama, I used to sing that song, Glory Hallelujah. And people who know what I'm talking about and know how the song go, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So, talking about her being arrested, talking about the fact that that is her name and that she should be more in the spectrum, but right now she's caught because she was trying to squeeze out the easy way to gain notoriety, fame, and money. And hey, that's her choice. That's her spiritual choice, right? I'm not judging anybody. I'm not here to judge nobody, right? And nobody can judge me, by the way. I just want to put that out there too. All holy rollers, you can't judge. You have no right to judge nobody. That's God's job. You can't play God's job. Get out of her seat. Get out of her seat, ma'am and sir. Because you don't belong there. Now, your ego might make you think you belong there, but you do not. You do not have the right to alter anybody's path, spiritual path. You do not have the place. You do not. And you are not granted that place, especially not with me, okay? I have to make that clear. Now, anyway, let's get back to her. Now, being that her name is Gloria Hallelujah, right? Which means that, and I'm glad she did the little, and see, she's being attacked like that because she did that collaboration. I think that was Kirk Franklin she did that with. So Big Glow is caught in the middle right now, right? Because I'm sure, and I know for a fact that she believes in God herself. I know she does for facts. Because that wouldn't be her name. That's already stamped into her DNA. But now the issue now is her being caught. She's actually caught in the middle of the devil's side and in the glory hallelujah, which is her name side, which is God. She's caught right in the middle. And there's going to be a battle between that. There's always a battle between that side and this side. Always. Just like you see people who attack LGBTQ people or people who don't live outside of the norm, outside of what the Bible say you're supposed to live. There's always going to be a battle there. Always. I don't care for forever and ever. Because people are going to throw their belief systems onto how you should live your life. That's just going to always happen. Even though we know that people of the cloth, people who say they read the Bible have missteps. They do things that we view, that y'all call LGBTQ people, we view you misstep right there. And you of the Bible. You read the Bible. You go to church every week. And you misstep right there. That was a sin you committed. So, I just want to say, y'all don't be so spiritually sound that you earthly dumb. That you take somebody's content that talks about other things besides spirituality, which is still spirituality, by the way. Now, you might not take it like that because for whatever reason, there's some inner work that you need to do that you feel like, oh, well, anything that come out your mouth should just be spiritual and it shouldn't be about nothing else. Why not? These people deserve to be saved from the enemy just like you do. Why should we not discuss people's mishap and missteps? Why not? Maybe these people need to be redeemed. Maybe these people want to be redeemed and saved. Nobody just saying nothing to them about it or pointing it out. Why are you so holier than thou that you feel like, oh, well, it's irrelevant if it ain't about what we talking about or what I'm talking about? See, that's arrogance and ego. And spirituality does not work that way. As a matter of fact, everything is spiritual. Whether it's negative, positive, or whatever it is, it's spiritual. Right? And then too, so you want to be able to, if you call yourself trying to not convert people, but have them believe in what you believe in, right? Then you have to spoon feed. You have to entertain them. And I know y'all, let me say this again. I know y'all don't like Beyonce. A lot of y'all don't. Y'all are Beyonce haters, baby. By the way, I got Prince on today. By the way. Okay? By the way, which this was another man that put spirituality in his music, but he fed it to y'all a different way because he was caught in the enemy. He was caught up in the industry, caught up in their hands, so he had to spoon feed you, just like Michael Jackson, right? So I would say this, there's no reason or no right to condemn anybody for how they teach or what they say, what they talk about on their platform. It might not just be your thing, but you have no place or no right to judge nobody. That's all I got to say. It's serious Saturday. Y'all be easy.